Over the past 10 years, I've owned two Saabs, and people always ask me what it's like owning a Saab in 2026, especially the negatives. So in today's video, I'm going to go over the reasons people don't buy Saabs and the truth behind them. So the first thing I normally get asked is, Saabs out of business, isn't it difficult to find parts? So in my experience, not really. I've had a lot of parts off breakers. There's two guys I use mostly. There's a guy called Ron Saab Leeds, and then there's a guy called Chris Conlin. And I have bought lots of parts off these guys. Never had an issue finding or getting a hold of any of these parts. Most of the parts I've used to rebuild my car have been off breakers. There's also online sellers such as Parts for Saabs and Neo Brothers. So the myth of parts being difficult to find is really not true. I think because people see a company's out of business, they instantly think, oh well, I don't want to own one of those cars, it's going to be a nightmare for parts. But in my experience, you really haven't got to worry about that kind of stuff. So if it's parts holding you back, then don't worry. The next thing I want to talk about is people saying that these cars are unreliable or hard to work on. Both of those things I completely disagree with again. The cars aren't unreliable as long as you look after them like any other car. It's had the issues that any other car would have, getting old. This is a 2008 car, so about 17 to 18 years old off the top of my head. And it's just had the issues of a car getting old, really. Being hard to work on and people not wanting to work on them, that's really not true in my ownership experience.
Under the hood, we've got the incredibly robust B207 engine. There is so much space in this engine bay. Everything is very easily accessible, which is great for garages when they're working on it, because they can just reach in and get to what they need. Saabs are very well known for going the distance, and there are many owners out there that have gone past the 200,000 mile marker.
So another reason people don't really buy Saabs or don't want to buy Saabs is because the value of the cars are very low and the resale value isn't there. So if you're buying something like £1,000 or under 9.3 or a 9.5 with sort of higher mileage, of course they're not going to be worth much. But if you're buying something like a V6 Aero or a Turbo X or a Carlson, the stuff that's sort of more collectible, I think they're going to start climbing up in value in sort of the next few years, as obviously EVs take over and internal combustion cars are going to start getting rarer. I think people are going to see these as modern classics, and I think they're going to start buying them to look after them, and I think the value is going to start going up some point in the near future. So the last reason I believe people don't buy Saabs is because they don't seem as cool or mainstream. I do believe that's actually starting to change a little bit. I bought my first Saab when I was 18, and it was my car through college, and then a couple of years after that until I upgraded to this. And I believe a lot of people my age and younger, so I'm 28 now, are starting to see these cars and thinking, I might have one of them actually. I've met a lot of friends around my age through the Saab group. The thing about the cars not being mainstream is exactly what Saab weren't. They were given something, especially in the GM era, and went, these cars are a little bit too normal, we're going to do something completely different, and throw away what they were given, which of course made Saab brilliant, but also, well, that was the downfall of Saab. Yes, I believe the mindset of not being cool and not being a car for a younger person is starting to change. So those are the reasons I believe people don't buy Saabs. And if you're actually thinking about owning one of these, I've got lots more videos on this car right here.